Dude, the Switch 2, bro, the Switch 2. Ooga booga wow. Solar system, bro. Nah, I'm outside of GameStop right now. Dude, all I want to see, bro, is that fucking Mario Kart in my in one of the Switch 2 on a receipt right now, bruh.
Okay. That's probably
No GameStop reveal, bro. Dude, we got 7 minutes.
¿Cómo va a estar igual?
Sí, porque todos van a tener su mismo precio. Pero sí, vamos a tener dicen que van a tener 60 de Mario Kart y 20 de normal. Dude, 6 minutes! We got 6 minutes! We got 6 minutes. Got 6 minutes. Got 6 minutes. Yes, 6 minutes, bro. 6 minutes. Oops, wrong thing. 5 minutes, bro.
Oh. Just trying to give you all the crumble cookies. I'll take them. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, no. You don't get a second one.
You guys in bundles too?
Did you get one or did you blow away? Okay. I'm sorry?
Bundles?
Fun. Yeah, we should have some. So we'll see. At this point in the line, you should be okay to get them. So.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So how many do you think are gonna be like how many Mario Karts and how many normal sections?
Well, according to the sign on the front of our door, I believe it was 64 and 28.
Okay, gotcha.
Of the standards. And 64 of the Marios. We have more of those. Did you hear me yelling up there about
¿Quieres agarrar unos juegos?
a little bit more limited?
¿Quieres agarrar juegos? ¿Quieres agarrar esto?
Pero ese es el que ya trae, ¿no? Ese ya trae Mario
Mario
Kart.
Kart, so no tienes que agarrar Mario Kart. Heck no, I'm not cracking toys.
Por eso Mario ya trae el de Mario Kart.
Ajá. Y luego aquí dice que tiene esto. No. So dice aquí Mario, sí, tienes que agarrar algo. Si vas a agarrar el Switch 2 con Mario Kart y si quieres agarrar Zelda o algo, o...
No, ahorita nomás el que trae eso.
Mario Kart. ¿Y quieres agarrar el...?
No, ahí tiene.
¿Qué tal un 256 gigabytes? Pues...
Ahorita nomás eso que te merece todo. ¿Y el otro papelito?
¿El otro papelito? Oh, ¿te lo di? Oh, un crumble cookie free? Sí. Está. Switch 2. Oh, quiero agarrar. Mira, te digo como quiero agarrar este de chulo, pero también este.
Es un juego.
Un juego. Un
Pero
juego.
ese lo puedes agarrar después.
Sí, pero va a costar lo mismo. No sé.
Por eso va a costar lo mismo después.
Sí.
Y ahorita, aunque lo agarres juntos, no te van a hacer descuento.
Mira, te doy como el... a ver, ¿cuál le va a hacer bien aquí? Pues ya agarramos Mario Kart, no sé. Vamos a agarrar un amiibo. What's the red thing? Oh. No sé, tienes razón. 2 minutes, bro. We got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. So I'm gonna get the Switch 2 with the bundle. ¿Quieres agarrar Legend de la Zelda? Breath of the Wild?
Levi, dijimos que nomás el Nintendo.
Ok,
¿no?
ok.
Con el, ¿quieres el Nintendo con el Mario? ¿Quieres por uno?
Sí, sí.
Entonces ahorita nomás controla tus nervios con...
No más te estoy diciendo que aquí hay los juegos que están
Sí,
available.
sí, ya lo vi. Pero no.
Okay. Less than 2, it's 1
Llámame,
minute.
ahorita damos a...
It's 1 minute, bro.
Ahorita damos, espérate, le voy a decir a tu papá si no quiere pasar por mí.
Alright, chat, it's 1 more minute. It's 1 more minute. We got 1 more. We got 6 people in here. Not long left. Not long left. Yeah, I know, chat. We got 30 seconds left, if anything. We got a countdown for real. To 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For real. Ahorita creo que lo van a tener que firmar algo. But anyways, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yup, okay, there you go. 3 p.m. It's 3 p.m. It is officially 3 p.m. Now we gotta...
Espérate.
Okay. Chat, we're opening. They're opening. Let's go, dude. We got a fucking free Chromebook cookie, bro. Let's fucking go. I swear, all I want to see right now, all I fucking want right now is to see that receipt with fucking my Nintendo Switch 2 Mario Kart bundle, the Mario Kart World bundle, on that receipt, bro. That's all I want. Yo, we're going! We're going! 1 sec.
You have to get my car.
Alright. Yo, it's a line in here, bro. Dude. Mario Kart. Dude, all I want to see is that Mario Kart on my thing, bro. That's all I want. Switch 2, bro. Switch 2. ¿Cómo se llama esto o tenemos que entregarlo?
Yo pienso que nomás te lo dieron para que veas cuál es el que quieres.
Ok, está bien. Yup, it is. We got 0 minutes left. We're streaming and we're in the GameStop. So I can't wait. They have so much Switch stuff, bro. Say skibidi. They hit it 2 minutes long. Say Skibbity. Yo. I should probably change the title of the stream, but you know what? Screw it. Whatever. Tengo mucha. Mira. Tengo mucha prisa, más
Deja ver acá.
Like, I of course love my Switch 1 still, but like, Switch is a massive upgrade, bro.
The English translation's always.
Dude, we got 0 minutes. We got 0 minutes. W's in the chat, bro. W's in the chat.
And so the character having powers. The female main character has a variety of aliens who goes.
W's in the chat right now. Oh, that's her band.
If you want, you can collect One Piece.
I'm at the GameStop. Yo, let's go. Hope you get that Nintendo Switch. Are we playing hide and seek? I'm in. Yo, you better get that Nintendo Switch too.
They will have enough. They will have enough. They will have enough, bro. I swear to my life. I swear if they don't have any, bro, I'm going to crash out. What is wrong with you? Nothing. Fuck you, 6 year. How about we put that as, how about we make that the pin of shame and also time out this user? I guess we don't need to time out 6 year. We could just put him up for 10 minutes and there you go. Chat, nothing wrong with me. I just want to switch too. Like, it's not that easy. They did say that they will have extra at the GameStop. Yeah. They have like 60 Mario Karts and like 64 Mario Kart editions and 28, I'm pretty sure, like normal ones. So. Yeah.
We'll buy the game, but we're gonna spend forever trying to make more money.
Dude, the fact that the whole like, it's like a line to get to the front, it'll take a while. How long do you think it's gonna take for the line to dissipate?
That one's pretty good. Let's play that.
Makes sense. As there wasn't like a bunch of people, so we would have like an hour line or something. Yeah. Nah, you don't need to spend more W's anymore. You're fine now, but still.
Change the graphics, change the game style, change the monsters, change the battle mechanics. And I wish, like, they kind of did that with some mods, which is so limiting.
The fact that there's like so much shit here, bro, is kind of wild. They have like so much stuff here, and no, you do not need to spam more W's.
Right now, they have one.
This line's gonna take like 15 minutes to go, so.
Worry about upgrading for another 10 years.
Yup. This console's reputation is probably gonna last for like 4 years, then it's gonna become like the Switch 1. Underpowered.
Well, Xbox, I think they're gonna stop making the consoles now.
Yeah, they're gonna move on to like PCs and stuff.
This is third party. I don't know. I just feel like consoles aren't desirable.
Well, I feel like they're just getting closer and closer to PCs now.
More handheld.
Next gen of Xbox is going to be more akin to a PC than it is to a console.
If Microsoft wants to rebound, they should just make it handheld.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. It's hard to compete with the Steam Deck though.
Steam Deck was okay during its
It has its like.
but there's only so much you can do within the Steam Deck. Like you can't really, like you can only play games within that library. You can't even play other games.
What about the PC like handheld devices?
The hands for the games.
Yeah, like the little mini PCs handheld.
Depends. If we're talking about talking more about like laptops wise or like
No, I'm talking more like there's like ROG Ally S or whatever it's called. Like, that's the kind of mini PC I'm talking.
I haven't heard about that one yet. Maybe it's because I'm just
Old.
old, yeah.
But yeah, it's basically a little mini PC. But I'm not sure if it runs 144 or.
You'd have to worry about frames per second.
Yeah.
That's your biggest fear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
NES players with the passion. Never played Super Smash Bros. These flippers were so.
Sale. Okay. Chat row. I heard they're doing something in here. I'm not sure what it was though. Like Mario Kart or something like that. I don't know. Bro, I really need that Pro controller though, to be honest. It's fine. I'll get it soon. Then I just have my. No. Bad.
And also the Pro controller is just black.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
And then the more you push the marketing one, the switch, and then also the red one.
this line is going slowly, but it will pick up the pace after.
No, I was saying
Yeah.
after that day.
I'm like so damn excited right now. Kind of wild.
O nomás lo hago solo, pago solo. Lo pago solo.
¿Ya se los están dando solamente? ¿Ya se los están dando bien?
No, tenemos que recogerlo a las 9. Oh, pero es como 100 normales casi. Es como 92 si estoy contando bien. Es decir, 92 switches 2 que van a estar vendiendo aquí. Es la buena cosa que venimos aquí porque en Bellingham dijeron que nomás van a tener 3 de cada de los dos. Pues. Uno de los que estaba hablando ahorita. Que dijeron que era 3 y 3 de ahí en Bellingham. Solo.
Entonces nomás que hay para acá hay que pagarlo, ¿no?
Ajá. Ahorita para acá es lo mejor opción porque aquí no, pues sí está un poquito lleno, pero no es como ahí en Bellingham. Las personas han estado campeando afuera de la tienda, que se están quedando a la noche.
¿Entonces?
Ajá.
Ay,
Te digo como este consola va a ser muy bueno. La cosa buena es que agarraron esto. I'm gonna be so honest. I think because these two, I mean, if there's a limit of 1, then yeah, I mean that would make sense since 2 different versions. But what if they just like put both of these in? Would that work or? But I'm positive that they only have like a limit of 1.
Well, they could sell it to you again.
Which is reasonable because, well, why would you need 2 Switch 2s? You already got 1.
I never would have thought that. I was like, oh my god, well, we got a circle of more than I want to say. I don't know where
One sec, guys.
I got the next person live.
Just the pure fact that they have like 92 is wild to me. So I just took this photo. I get 1 game with it. Yeah, they're selling their OLED for the compensation for the Switch 2, I guess. Beef tea. I thought this was gonna get like 5. No, I get 15. Wow.
So beautiful.
Yeah. What are those up there? 'Cause I know the PS4 is up there, but I'm not sure what those Nintendos are. Are those like?
I think they might just be like certified pre-owned.
Oh, okay. So those
If you
are.
don't want to pay like the MSRP premium.
Sir. Yo.
Oh, look, there's like
Bomb.
red steering wheel.
It's wild. Ooh. It's wild. See, my Wi-Fi is bad right now. I'm in a GameStop, so it makes sense why my Wi-Fi is bad. Let's watch Ray William Johnson.
Okay, I've had airplane food, but Alaska Airlines is onto something because this is fresh.
I've ever heard. And it all starts with this woman. Her name's Tonda. And Tonda's in her late 20s, living in Alabama, and she's working as a server at the local Waffle House, barely making enough money to get by. But one day in 1999, her whole life changes because she's at work serving food and whatnot, and a customer walks in. This truck driver, Edward. And Edward eats at this Waffle House a lot. And on this particular day, Tonda is his server. And when he's done eating, he tips her with a lottery ticket, which he often tips the servers there with lottery tickets. But the next day, the lottery numbers are announced. And one after another, Tonda's ticket starts to match. And suddenly, boom, all the numbers match.
I'm already gonna get this
Tonda
Nintendo
has
Switch 2.
officially won the lottery. $19 million today. So this amount of money is a life-changing amount of money for anyone, but especially for Tonda. And she starts making plans for this money. She decides to receive it in payments of $375,000 a year over 30 years, rather than getting the lump sum all at once. She plans to build a new house. She plans to replace her car with a new car. I mean, this is huge for her. $10 million is gonna set her up forever. She's gonna be rich. Until a few days later, Tonda shows up to the lottery headquarters to sign some paperwork and collect winnings. And the people working there are suddenly like, nah, bro, she can't have the money. Why? Well, because at the Waffle House Tonda worked at, all the waitstaff claimed that they all had some long-standing agreement that if one of them won the lottery from Edward's tickets that he tips, they would split the winnings amongst them. And so 4 of Tonda's co-workers who had been working that day, they feel like they deserve a piece of that $10 million. And so they went and hired lawyers. And the lawyers contacted the lottery commission and they stopped them from paying out Tonda until the dispute can be resolved. And Tonda's like, what? I didn't agree to split the winnings. And so, boom, her 4 former Waffle House co-workers file a lawsuit against her. And so all testify against Tonda. And they even bring in Edward as a witness. And Edward testifies against Tonda too, claiming that he intended for the winning ticket to go to all the waitstaff there, not just Tonda. And he also claims that he was promised that the winner would buy him a white King Cab pickup truck. And so the trial goes on for actually loses. The jury believes the Waffle House co-workers, and the judge orders that Tonda take the lump sum payment of winnings and split the money with the other 4 Waffle House servers. So she appeals the court's decision. In the meantime, she goes back to work at a different Waffle House while she waits on the appeal to go through. And around a year later, in the year 2000, the state Supreme Court reaches a decision, and they rule in Tonda's favor. And Tonda can't believe it. Finally, the lottery winnings are hers, and hers alone. She is gonna be rich! Double until that same year, boom, Edward himself files a lawsuit against Tonda, claiming once again that he had intended for the winning ticket to go to all the servers at Waffle House, and also that he was promised the winner would buy him a white King Cab pickup truck. And because those promises were broken, he wants his winning lotto ticket back, which means he will get $1 million. 2 years later, it's now 2002, and Edward's lawsuit is still
$12 esta cosa.
2017.
not enough. Tonda is in the middle of
2025. Nintendo Switch 2.
divorcing, is also claiming that he's
Espérate.
Queda el que
and
tienes.
her now ex-husband get divorced.
Ahorita no lo compran hasta que sabemos realmente que vamos a agarrar. Don't get serious. It's worth it.
Shut up, 6 here, or else I will torture you so hard.
Greedy ass isn't gonna get any money, nor is he getting that stupid ass white truck he wants. So now, finally, Tonda can enjoy what's a few days after Edward's lawsuit against her gets dismissed. Tonda is over in Mississippi, and I have no idea why she's there, but her ex-husband is there. Not the ex-husband she just divorced, but a different ex-husband. We call him ex-husband too. So she's there in her car, and at some point, for some reason, ex-husband two just decides. And boom, he jumps into her car and he threatened to unalive her if she doesn't agree to share her lottery winnings with him. Sometime later, they pull up to a boat launch, and he's still threatening her, saying she needs to hand over some of that money. Well, Tonda is begging him to let her go. And then, Tonda's cell phone rings, and she's like, please let me answer it. And ex-husband 2 is like, nah. But the phone is in her purse, and it keeps ringing. And she's like, if I don't answer this, people are going to start to worry, and they're going to come looking. Answering. And that is when she reaches into her purse, and instead of grabbing her phone, boom, she grabs a .22 pistol she's got in there. And ex-husband 2 sees it, and pow, he lunges at her, and blam, she shoots him right in the chest. But he still grabs the pew-pew, and he manages to wrestle it from her. And Tonda, thinking on her feet, she's like, if I don't drive you to the hospital, you're gonna die from that wound. And so he lets her take him to the
Alone in the dark. Oh, no, I mean like right up 9 degree on. Yeah, they're kind of like the little lawyer showing
I am so confused on that thing like there. It's calm and like and flash. Where's the flash? Must have been in the same movie. Yeah. Don't know the movie. I think there's a villain called
Si
Gorilla.
quieres quedar, o si quieres como quedarte unos 30 minutos, como ver qué van a hacer.
Is that what it's called?
No, porque dicen que van a hacer lo de Biotech.
So this has to be the wildest lottery winner story I've ever heard. And it all starts with this woman. Her name's Tonda. And Tonda's in her late 20s, living in Alabama, and she's working as a server at the local Waffle House, barely making enough money to get by. But one day in 1999, her whole life changes. Because she's at work serving food and whatnot, and a customer walks in, this truck driver, and Edward eats at this Waffle House a lot. And on this particular day, Tonda is his server. And when he's done eating, he tips her with a lottery ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like, so you'll have to come in
Yeah, why can't I just sell it? I guess. Yeah, that's how it brings in money.
So this has to. She's like, if I don't drive you to the hospital, you're gonna die from that wound. And so he lets her take him to the hospital. And ultimately, he survives the gunshot. And so he.
Would cost adjusted for inflation like $150 or like $100. The car was terrible. Yeah, that's what he was saying. He was saying nowadays you get the greatest game, 100 hours of gameplay, 60 back.
No, I mean, oh, no inconveniente está aquí.
And then when I get I guess that's 50. Now that's all. That's awesome. Yeah, I think so.
I don't care. I'm gonna get Donkey Kong, what's it called? Switch 2 with the Mario Kart, Mario Kart World, but I don't give a shit, bro. Screw you 6 years and get out. I'm trying to do something and you're over here saying, no, don't do that. It's kind of...
One day in 1999,
yeah, at least I got the balls to buy a Switch 2 unlike you, buddy. Console right now, I'm getting it later, like 9 p.m. so I can get the day 1 patch, bro. It's not that deep. No, I'm not doing durability tests on a fucking Switch 2, bro. I'm not trying to like get caught. Let the people that are rich do that.
I have it in the past. I almost lost a couple of the
Hell no. Get up. ¿Cuántos minutos crees que va a durar?
Una media hora más.
¿Media hora? No, creo que va a durar un poco más y ya. ¿Quiere que nos está? Ya estamos más o menos cerca. La buena cosa es que venimos temprano. Si veníamos más tarde, sí hubiéramos estado hasta allá atrás. Sí, es que está bueno venir temprano. Pero tú me hubieras dejado aquí. Pero no. Ahí está la bruja. No. Es que no. Ay, que no. Pues a lo menos ganamos el chistoso.
Wildest lottery winner story I've ever heard. And it all starts with this woman. Her name's Tonda. And Tonda's in her I'll just assume that he was arrested and that they sent him to a federal butt sex prison. Regardless, now Tonda's still got some money left after all those court battles. Her way. She can finally enjoy it. She is finally gonna be rich. Quadruple until Tonda decides to split her winnings with her family. And she transfers shares of her winnings to her family members. And this is when the IRS catches on. And the IRS is like, if you're sharing that money with your family, that counts as a gift. And gifts that large are actually subject to gift tax. And so after all is said and done, Tonda owes the IRS $800,000, but the IRS isn't buying it. And ultimately, she works out some kind of deal with them, and nearly a decade later, in 2012, the tax court orders Tonda to pay a bunch of taxes on her winnings. But, lucky for her, at the end of it all, she does get to keep most of what she won. Although no one actually knows how much money she ended up with, because by this point, I think she finally learned to not tell people how much money she had.
Agárrame la luz, ma. Ma, agárrame la luz. La luz. No, Alex, la luz esa. That's a glitter light. No, arriba, está grande, ¿no? Pero no, porque está bien caro. Vamos.
So this celebrity leaked her own nudes, and somehow this kid went to prison. Now the kid goes by the name Plugwalk Joe, and he's 19 during this time, and he's a hacker living in England. And Plugwalk Joe wants what a lot of people want: money and internet attention. So one day in 2018, he uses his hacks Logan Paul's Twitter account, and on the Twitter account, he tweets as Logan to Logan's followers that if they want to see Logan Paul is stupid, but I don't know, it's kind of funny. The next year, in 2019, he and his hacker buddies target a cryptocurrency company based in Manhattan. And they use a SIM swapping technique, and they take over the phones of some of the employees there. And doing this, great for Plugwalk Joe, because now he has some money. And he could lay low and enjoy all this new money he got, but that's not what Plugwalk Joe does. Otherwise, I wouldn't be making this video. See, he still wants influencers so that he can use their social media to shout out his name. So that same year, he moves from England all the way down to Spain. And from here, he and his hacker friends, they target more well-known people's Twitter accounts. He hacks King Batch, he hacks James Charles, he hacks Chloe Grace Moretz, and he just posts a bunch of somewhat random trolly stuff. Nothing too nefarious. It really seems like they're just trying to get a few laughs. But after that, he and his hacking buddies, they go after an even bigger target: Jack Dorsey, the co-founder and then CEO of Twitter. And so they hack him to actress Bella Thorne's phone using a SIM swap technique. Through this, he gets access to her Twitter account, and he starts tweeting out dumb shit, shouting his account out again. Follow my homie Plug Talk Joe. But he also gets access to her Snapchat. And there, he gets access to her intimate photos that she had taken for her boyfriend. And I guess he just starts texting her phone because he has all of her information and all his friends' accounts. And if she doesn't, of course, he's gonna release her nudes. And Bella Thorne, who's apparently some kind of badass, because she refuses to be blackmailed, and she's like, F you, and she releases all her nudes. For 2020, he's around 21 years old at this time. He and his friends hack TikTok star Dixie D'Amelio's TikTok account. And they just upload a bunch of random videos to her page, and one of the hacker's friends uses her account to go live.
Hey, follow at Cloyd on Instagram, follow at Erotic.
Then they also hack TikToker Addison Rae's account, and they take it over. I don't know, Ray. Plugwalk Joe sounds kind of cool. So what if he hacked a few influencers and stole a little crypto? Like, that's not a big deal. Oh, but Plugwalk Joe messages, explicit, inappropriate messages, like things he wants to do to her, things like...
A man who works hard, sweats hard. Old Spice swagger fights sweat, so Coach thought I was slacking. So I trained with...
Like things he wants to do to her, things I won't. Here's the thing though, 16 isn't really feeling him yet. She thinks he's way too old for her, and in a few days, he has already sent her a picture of his child. And so 16, she gets tired of him pretty quickly, and she realizes that every time she gets used that picture of his junk that he sent her for everyone to see and laugh at. And this pisses Plug Walk Joe off. And he's like, oh, hell no. And he is not gonna let this slide. He decides to sue her. At one point, he calls the local police in her area, saying he's an armed and dangerous individual, and he threatens to unalive his wife and children. And he gives them his address for police showing to her. He also emails her school's principal, pretending to be her, and he says that she has plans to bring him to school to take out some very specific I guess pretending to be her, he claims that she's gonna
Mira, una Xbox. Oh, debemos traer mi Xbox.
Over 100
Espera.
mostly of extremely famous Jeff Bezos, Apple, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Kanye West. This time, they're promoting Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Jeff Bezos, Apple, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Kanye West, but this time, they're promoting a link to some kind of Bitcoin scam. In $18,000 in Bitcoin from people who clicked on the link and
¿Tus pies? ¿Están doliendo? ¿Ya estás feliz que ya vamos a llegar al frente? Yo, feliz. ¿Tú estarás en tu casa? Yo no. Cuando seas padre, no quiero gastar tu dinero. O pagas la renta o compras el nuevo. Ay.
Plant a palm. I saw a video earlier of the small vegetarian palm people eating it. And they're honestly very
No vas a estar diciendo que sí.
It looks like durian. The flesh of durian is yellow. But also very sticky.
between themselves. Here's the thing though, because they targeted such high-profile accounts in this stunt, this hack blows the f up.
And we have breaking news from Twitter. The company is dealing with a major hack.
The accounts include former Vice President Joe Biden, Elon Musk, Apple.
And once this starts getting media attention and it's all over the news, I guess Plug Walk Joe you hack a former president's Twitter account, the government might investigate you. And so, Plug Walk Joe wants to get out ahead of this. So from Spain, he came, and he gives them the names of other hackers who he says were involved. Not only that, he admits to a bunch of those smaller Twitter hacks he did in the past. He basically says, yeah, those hacks were me, but this big one wasn't. So, not only is he admitting to past crimes, even if he thinks they were small, but he's inadvertently linking himself to this big recent Twitter hack. And so immediately the feds open an investigation into him. They start gathering evidence.
Porque no me puede guardar el 6-2 con el marca para también. No, me agarres esto. No, ¿qué tal? Jamboree.
And he spends 2 years in Spanish jail, and then he's extradited to the U.S., and there he gets sentenced to 5 years in prison. And a huge shout out to Leonardo.ai for sponsoring this video. If you make videos and you want to make really badass art for those videos, like this, or like this, like look at how prison. Now the guy's name is Alan, and Alan's around 42 years old, living in Wales, and bro is just a total con man, and he really wants to make money by being as shady as possible. And one day in 2008, he pulls off one, and Ivor's 80 and he has dementia, unfortunately, and he needs as much help as he can get. And I guess Alan learns about this and he's like, oh, I'll just scam this guy. Withdrawing money from Ivor's bank account and putting it into his, also using Ivor's checks to pay himself large amounts of money. And doing this, he's clearing tens of thousands of pounds out of Ivor's account at a time. And if that isn't scummy enough, he goes so far as to forge Ivor's will to make himself the beneficiary. And so, over time, he funnels over 40,000 pounds out of Ivor's account, or about 60,000 US dollars. And of course, poor Ivor has dementia, so he has no idea any of this is going on. And going on vacations and shopping sprees. Here's the thing though, Ivor also has Alan becomes a prime suspect. And eventually in 2011, they have enough evidence and boom, they arrest him. And so they bring him in and they start questioning him about all this missing to Ivor's house and stole the money from him. Here's the thing though, Alan actually about him, and they go and they arrest his poor son. And the son's like, what are you doing? I didn't do anything. What's wrong with you? And they investigate him, and they find that his son didn't actually do anything wrong, and so they drop the charges against him, which means they now know that Alan was lying. And this makes him look even more guilty, and he knows he's fucked. And so he starts to panic, until he comes up with a crazy idea. He'll just pretend he's paralyzed from the neck down. I mean, there's no way they're gonna prosecute a quadriplegic. And so he has a bail hearing coming up. And Alan decides to show up to this bail hearing in a wheelchair and wearing like a neck brace, pretending that he can't move his body. And there, he tells the court that he was in a crazy accident while he was closing his garage door and he fell down and broke his neck, and now he's sometimes he falls into a coma. And because of all that, they should grant him bail. And even though he's absolutely full of shit, like he's perfectly fine, I guess the court believes him and they grant him bail and now he's out free. However, it's not over for him yet, because he still has his main trial coming up. And if he gets prosecuted there, he'll go to prison for years. And so Alan just keeps the lie going. He pretends to be paralyzed. And like police are still investigating him for stealing from Ivor. He'll like show up to his house to try and talk to him, but he'll pretend that he can't talk to them because he's in a coma. And his wife is there, and she's like in on this whole scheme too. Her name is Helen. And so Helen will tell the police, he can't talk to you because of his garage door accident. He's in a coma. And I guess the police are just like, alright. And of course, this also becomes Alan's excuse to not have to go to court. And so he misses court date after court date after court date. Like I can't make it, I'm in a coma. And 2 years go by, and Alan and Helen are still holding this scheme. And they keep pushing his court date back again and again and again, because he knows he's going to get prosecuted. And Alan will check himself into the local hospital, pretending to be quadriplegic, who's all messed up from this alleged garage door accident, and he's like pretending to be paralyzed from the neck down to the hospital staff. And of course, the doctors there examine him, and they never find anything wrong with him. So I assume they know that he's full of shit and faking it, but these hospital visits actually help him delay his trial even further. Helen even gets the attention of the newspaper, and she brings a journalist to her house, I guess, to try and get press coverage to help legitimize their case. And the journalist, here's another picture of him. I don't know what kind of HIPAA type laws they have in Wales, but the staff immediately rats him out. Apparently, they're telling police that they had seen him sitting up in bed, writing things down, even feeding him. And they're looking for like any, and they find footage of him doing all sorts of stuff. Like vacation, here he is shopping at Tesco, here he is shopping at Tesco again, here he is shopping at Tesco again, here he is driving his car through a toll road, and notice how he's using his handy. They see all this and they're like, I knew it, this motherfucker paralyzed. And so, armed with all this evidence, in 2014, prosecutors get the court to finally call Alan on his bullshit. They order him to show up for this hearing. And so he shows up to the courthouse, and Helen like wheels him over to the hearing. Night to night in a wheelchair at court. That he's unable to trial, and prosecutors share all these pictures and videos of him walking and driving, acting totally not paralyzed. And so, boom, Alan finally gets convicted. Catalog of true crime videos is now on Spotify. So if you want to listen to me over there, it's called the Ray William Johnson True Story Podcast.
be enough for most of, like basically everyone. More people are showing up, so let's see how long that lasts.
Sorry?
What? They have an arcade head instead of a sparkle head? Betrayal.
So this guy got arrested for... Reese is 21, he's a Welsh contractor living in Australia, and one day in 2012, he does one of the dumbest things I've ever heard of. So he's chilling at home with his friend, this guy, Gary. Gary's 20, and they're hanging out to a bar together. And after they're there a while, they end up between them is almost an entire bottle. And as the night rolls on, they're having a great time. So they just bring one of their local buddies joins them. His name's James. And between Reese, Carrie, and James, one of them he starts stripping down. And one of the others films it, because you know, you gotta film your crimes.
Someone just sent streaming right now.
Assume no one is going to be dumb enough to break in and steal a glass penguin. But anyways, they get to where the colony of penguins are chilling. And I don't know if one of them is
Pero es family, más
the others, but they scope out the penguins.
son como
Inside, they're
la suscripción de esta. No, creo que sí. Pero es porque tiene Twitch Online más de expansión y pues es una familia member.
And his particular breed, the fairy penguin, when they monogamous as hell. And Dirk, you know, he's got himself a little boo. Her name is Peaches. And Dirk thinks Peaches is fine. The last thing he wants on this earth is to be separated from Peaches. But Reese, Carrie, and James, they don't know all this, and they probably don't care because they're still really drunk. And so, boom, they snatched Dirk up and they head for the time later, Reese and Carrie some videos. You can actually hear how drunk the dude is in the video because he starts quacking at the penguin. Anyway, once they get tired of playing with him, I guess Reese puts him in his walk-in closet and he shuts the door and he locks him in there. And then both the guys go and pass out. And poor Dirk, I mean, it's all dark in there and he doesn't understand what the hell is going on. The next morning, Reese is like, wow, that was a crazy night. We broke into SeaWorld and swam with the dolphins. But swimming with the dolphins is the last thing he remembers. And so he gets out of bed, and he's all hungover, and he's gonna start his day. So he gets out of bed, and he's all hungover, and he's
Esto que lo tienes no, estaba diciendo, pero nomás estaba diciendo que vamos a ver el inglés con derechos. Te lo mereces. Por mí fuera yo no te lo hubiera pedido.
looking right back at him. And I'm sure he probably freaked out like, Carrie, why is there a fucking penguin in the closet? I mean, who knows if Carrie even remembers last night either. Meanwhile, back at SeaWorld, I'm sure the staff has opened up the park by now, and I'm sure they've noticed one of their animals missing, and I'm sure they've got their whole staff. All when a penguin goes missing. Regardless, being that the guys are in their early 20s, they think that... And so they take some more videos and some more pictures of Dirk, and they're like, oh, maybe he's hungry. And they try to feed him people food, but I guess Dirk really isn't feeling that. So then they're thinking, well, penguins like water. We have water. And so they put him in the shower so that he'll be in a wet environment. But pretty quickly, they realize they have no idea what the hell they're doing. And the novelty of this whole experience is starting to wear off. And so finally, they're like, oh, hell, what have we done? I mean, they don't know how to take care of the penguin. They'll be like, what if he dies? And so they decide, like, all right, we got to get rid of him. But how? They can't just drop Dirk off in the middle of the street and walk away. Someone would probably see them and call the police on them. So instead, they take him over to the canal and they drop him off, thinking, oh, he's near the ocean. He'll survive. He'll be fine. And then the guys leave. Here's the thing about this canal. This isn't just an ordinary canal. This canal is apparently very popular with local sharks. And remember, Dirk was born and raised in captivity. Nobody doesn't know what a shark is. And so he jumps right in the water and he goes to swim. Lucky for him, there are no sharks around at this moment, but when he gets back on land, there are some local dogs that spot him, and they start going nuts. And they chase him around. And poor little Dirk, he just wants to be back in his enclosure with his love, Peaches. I mean, he was just minding his own business when a couple of stoners came along and snatched him up. He didn't ask for any of this. Meanwhile, by now, we're shivering, hiding near a jetty pylon. He's traumatized, but he's not. And eventually, Dirk gets back to SeaWorld, where he is finally reunited with his beloved Peaches. And here's a picture of Reese in real life, here's a picture of Carrie in real life, and I couldn't find a picture of James, so here's a picture of James Earl Jones. Anyway, they take a plea deal, and they get fined $1,000 Australian, and they have to write an apology to both SeaWorld and to the public. Hey, just reminding you that my entire catalog...
I don't know if give me 1 second.
Okay.
And I'll...
My computer has an error, so it'll be just 1 moment.
We're 118's gone, right? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I was on number 116.
And you cross it out.
Still here.
Okay. All right, we'll figure it out in a minute. All right, let me get your sheet here. What is it doing?
It won't let me void because it's half paid.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so
didn't.
this is the one you don't want to lose. This is your actual pickup. You don't have it? I'll give you your we'll be handing it out at 9, so you can hang around. Eventually, once we get line, we'll start other events going on the store. But otherwise, we'll hang around. Show after we start making the line. So get it, you'll see it back.
Grand.
Thank you.